welcome to the What's Your Next podcast.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
So great to be here.
Hi, Laura. Thanks for having us.
So happy to have you both. Sharing before, I broke up with Goodreads this year after a long-term relationship that was very toxic. Goodreads kicked me out and didn't allow me to see my friends what they were reading and other people, and I was just getting bombarded with junk. And I decided this is just a time clean break. I'm gonna track my readings on my own. I'm pretty good with data. But a friend of mine, Julia from the chick that she is the shed, basically referred me. She's like, I want this rounders, I want this app. And it's like amazing reading tracker and it's really pretty and you gotta try it. And I was like, holy crap, I need to try this. I saw it and I was like, okay, this is like where I can go and enjoy. And long story short, I was like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to like founders and talk about them because this is female founders. And so thank you both for agreeing. But my besties, my reading besties have been talking about Pagebound. They love the fact it's gamification. They love the fact it's a community that you can go out and share. You can have conversations. And it's the good old age of Goodreads that we had 12 years. Well, we're just bringing it back to the elements that we love. So thank you for creating something. And it's so pretty. Thank you for the UX and thank you for the experience that you're making. First things first, tell us a little bit about yourself. Lucy first and then Jennifer, and then we'll talk about the app.
Yeah, well, I mean, first, that definitely warms our heart to hear that you and your friends are enjoying it. We definitely tried to make the design stand out. So I'm glad that you guys can appreciate that. Yeah, a little bit about me. So I am the co-founder that's on the design and business side of things. Jennifer is a software engineer. My background, I had been working in tech for 8+ years, various kind of venture-backed startups. Always been a lifelong reader, but never really thought I could turn that into my job. I'm a Chinese American first gen, so my parents were always very practical and definitely beat into me that the sense that I needed to study business. I ended up dual degreeing in both English and business so that I could get both in, but I definitely could not have done just the English degree. So yeah, it's always been, I would say, a lifelong dream of mine to actually be able to turn my passion, which is reading, into a career. Jennifer and I connected around the time when I was about to turn 30 and having a typical midlife crisis about what am I doing with my life? Fortunately, I had quit my job and was trying to figure out what to do next, and Jennifer was in a very similar place. So, Jen, I'll let you take over our story from there.
Sure. Okay, I'll finish telling our story and then I'll get a little quick about me. But yeah, we were both having recently quit our jobs, looking for the next passion project, both wanting to be entrepreneurs, start our own business, but very aligned in that we wanted it to be A, something that we were passionate about, and B, not something that we wanted investors or venture capital or any sort of outside money to be funding. We really wanted to do it ourselves. And we have very complementary skill sets. As Lucy mentioned, she's on the design and business side. I'm more on the product and tech side. We were like, okay, this is kind of kismet. We can really make something happen here. Both being very passionate readers. Pagebound, the idea for Pagebound just fell into our laps and we ran with it. And luckily, what is it, about a year and a half now, Lucy, that we've been launched?
We launched in January, so it's been 11 months.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So in that time, we've seen so much growth, so much love for the product. We've learned so much. I can't believe one of my friends actually just messaged me a little shortly before this where she told all of her friends to join our beta. And she was like, look how far you guys have come in the past year. And I'm like, that is so sweet. It is true. We've come a really long way. So that's our little founder story. But yeah, I'm Pagebound's software engineer and I am lifelong reader. Lucy also loved to write. I was working on a book before we started Pagebound. Haven't really been doing that much since developing Pagebound now, but maybe one day we'll get back to it. And yeah.
So talk to us about Pagebound because it's a unique app. It's for readers, but it's also like a community. There's some features that you're breaking from tradition of what reading trackers should be. There's anonymous stuff, but there's opportunities for you to find reading twins, even in those anonymous places. It helps you connect with readers and stuff. So talk to us about the actual app. And then what are some of the features that will set up Pagebound from other reading trackers?
Yeah, so the way that we describe Pagebound is it's if Goodreads and Reddit had a baby.
Yes.
And so every book on Pagebound has its own forum.
Yeah.
So our whole concept is like, why do you have to wait until you finish a book to talk about it, like in the form of a review, like on Goodreads? We think that you should be able to discuss the book while you're actually reading, and our site and app are set up to help you do that. So basically, you can post your thoughts as you read from page 253. You can have your freak out reaction, and that post will live on that book form and also get sent to the home feeds of everyone who has that book in their library. So it really helps you connect with other readers who are reading or who have read that same book as you. And that's where that like community interaction really happens. It's less about did you already know that person before, or like more like
Yeah.
a traditional book club where you have a group of friends and then you pick a book to read together. It's almost like the opposite, where you're forming a book club with these internet strangers just based on shared taste and the book that you happen to be reading right now.
Yes. Which is what I love because someone who's nosy and I just want to talk about books. And like I read certain books and I'm like, okay, I read this part. I'm like, okay, do I need to continue or not continue? What's going on? And I don't want to be spoiled sometimes. I just want to know, is it worth the journey? And if I do it with other people and having conversations, I think it also removes the idea of you only have certain trusted people. Like a lot of times we only see certain people or trusted recommenders. You just want to have like strangers like who actually read the book, who are not the influencers driving it. And yes, I'm a content creator, but at the same time, like I want to hear from readers, like who are reading the book.
Totally. Yeah, I think you've hit on something that we see as well and see as really important that we've definitely made product decisions to emphasize, which is that Pagebound is not a platform for influencers, unlike BookTok or Bookstagram. There's so many other platforms that already exist for that. We are really like a reader platform. We intentionally do not show public follower counts. There
Yeah.
is no algorithm, so there's popular stuff or clout or drama does not automatically win. It's really about a democratic voice. As long as you've actually read the book and have interesting thoughts to share, like that's why people will upvote your post, that's why they'll follow you, and that's how you build connections.
Yeah. So talk to us about the idea of list and like reading taste and how to evolve. As someone who's a mood reader who enjoys book club books, monster romance,
Love it.
and cozy mysteries, I'm a person of multiple, like
Mhm.
a genre fluid kind of girl. And so look at like how do you create those reading tastes to help you find that? Do you hone in to say I like these books and then maybe I like this book or the idea of for mood readers, I think it might be a great place to go.
Yeah. So all of the recommendations and the pathways to finding new recs and new books is all human curated on Pagebound.
Yeah.
Like you say that you are reading like a cozy mystery, and then all of a sudden you're in this cozy mystery corner of Pagebound,
Yeah.
like run by some algorithm only sending you cozy
Yes.
mysteries. It doesn't work like that. You are connecting with other readers based on your unique taste because quite literally we give you 5 books to exemplify your taste. You pick out these 5 books. So you could pick out your 5 genres that are very disparate, and we'll show you users that also have taste in those same books. So you're
Yeah.
making friends that way. You also can see on any single book page lists that other users have created. So we have this concept of lists, which we liken to Spotify mixtape or Spotify playlist. And you can see any list that a book was included on the books page, all of the human recommendations that a book was given by other users that are like, hey, like on the bottom of Goodreads, where it's like all the recommended books. That's all
Yes.
algorithmically driven. On Pagebound, it's literally other readers that are giving you these book recommendations. So quickly, you're able to spin off into different subgenres, different niches that are really unique and not the kind of lists and recommendations that you'll see elsewhere.
Yeah. I love this. I love that it's human driven. It's not the algorithm. Because sometimes the algorithm does its dirty. So
Mhm.
many times. Like Amazon is one, Goodreads another one. Like it's like other readers like this, or you like this, we're gonna try this. And you're like, yeah, but this doesn't make sense. This is the right thing that I need to read right now.
Everyone is so unique, and an algorithm cannot capture your uniqueness. We like that
Yes.
approach better.
Yes. Talk to some of the features that readers can expect that are unique for that you want to highlight for Pagebound.
Yeah, so one that we haven't mentioned yet, a very popular feature of ours is called quests.
Yeah.
So quests are our version of reading challenges. It's gamified, so you can earn badges the more books that you read in a quest. And there's 2 types. So there's main quests and side quests. We have a lot of fun with the naming. It's very video
Yes.
game inspired. Main quests are like a subgenre or a niche, but like 30 or more books, and you can actually get tiers of badges from bronze, silver, gold. And then side quests are even more niche. They're 10 to 15 books. You earn a badge at 5 books, and you can actually earn a sparkly badge if you read 100% of the books in the side quest. And these are human created. Our top contributors make them. The badges we design in house, I make them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're really unique, like truly, I don't know of any other place that kind of has this. And we hear constantly that folks, it really pushes them to explore new genres and new niches that they might have not considered, mostly because they just want to earn the badge and be able to pin
Yes.
it to their profile. But I think that's great because a lot of our quests are so intentionally curated to highlight non-traditionally published authors, to just give a voice to what I think in a lot of these bigger book sites or more algorithmically driven book sites are just not going to even come onto your page.
Yeah. And so let's talk about how to add new books to the database. Is there a way to do it? I know other reading targets, it may take some time. And I know if readers are like, hey, I'm reading this book, it's not on the app. Like, how do I go about it? Is there a way?
Yeah, we make it actually very easy for you. The only prerequisite is that the book already has to be on Goodreads, but you can just grab the Goodreads link, drop it into Pagebound, and it'll be in our database within 30 seconds. So it's very easy.
Perfect. And then if I want to import my Goodreads app into your app, is it possible? I have 1,000 books that I read and I don't want to lose them.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely import your Goodreads. You can import your StoryGraph as well. Those are the only two sites that we let you import from right now. We get the request for Fable a lot, but unfortunately, Fable does not let you export, so we cannot import your Fable library. But it's quite smooth. It's quite easy. There's some things that Goodreads isn't going to put into your like data export file. So we always like to say we're only as good as the information that we're given. So for instance, like
Yes.
we won't get reread data, but we do our very best to make it as seamless as possible. It's a very quick process too. Once you get the CSV export, your data will be imported into Pagebound within 2 to 3 minutes. It's very quick.
Yeah, I'll do a little guide on how to export things out of it because the CSV wants you even sometimes cleaning the data. Sometimes it's just a simple thing and it's keeps it simple and easy and it's just importing it to the new place.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about how can we support you? Is there a paid option?
Yes, we are self-funded. No, I mean, as Jennifer mentioned, we intentionally chose to go this route of, I think,
Yeah.
the harder route, but also like we now can feel confident that we're making the best decisions for our community, right? And not for some shadowy shareholders or investors in the background. So yeah, we would love it if folks who are financially able do support us. We have a monthly subscription called Pagebound Royalty that is $10 a month. And I think it's the mindset behind why a lot of people contribute and support today is kind of the same mindset why some folks choose to buy from their local indie bookstore versus Amazon, right? It's a little bit more expensive, but you know that if you want indie businesses to continue to exist, you kind of have to vote with your wallet. And so we're so thankful and appreciative for everyone who does choose to support. But philosophically, we also are not going to suddenly paywall the free experience. Like we totally understand that not everybody can support. And so we really rely on our Pagebound royalty members to not only help Jennifer and I continue working on Pagebound full time, but also make Pagebound accessible and cover all of our technology costs to make this
Yeah.
platform available to now more than 60,000 users from all over the world. So that contribution really helps us cover our costs and make all of the good work that we're doing possible. If a subscription is, you can't make it work financially, or you just are sick and tired of subscriptions, which I totally get, we also have a one-time contribution option, and you can access both of those just by clicking the crown icon in the web or app. But yeah, we're still like very new. We launched web in January, and then we launched the app only a month ago. And along with the app was when we launched Pagebound Royalty. So it's still a very new program. We are releasing more and more features for royalty soon. But as of now, yeah, it's just kind of folks who really like the platform and want to put
Yeah.
their money towards something they care about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. Talk to us about Substack because I really appreciate that you're also on Substack sharing about the app and telling other readers who might be interested. So talk to us about it.
Yeah, since we're self-funded, we don't do any paid marketing. All of our growth has been organic, and I think we've been fortunate that folks have kind of really resonated with our message on different social media platforms. We joined Substack right after we launched the app. We wanted, now that we have a bigger user base, we wanted a way to connect with folks via this like newsletter. And I like how Substack is, it's also about community, right? It's not just like the typical marketing newsletter, which we were not really interested in. It's more like trying to build a connection in all aspects to reach our users. And so we're pretty new to it, but Jennifer and I have been writing articles and having fun. And yeah, it's been a great experience actually. A lot of new users have discovered us who've come from Substack, and there's obviously a huge writing community on Substack
Yeah.
already.
There's like also a nice little reader community, which has been really nice too. It's a quiet corner. It doesn't feel so loud as the other social medias, but it's a thriving community. You have more space to share your message.
Mhm.
And say 5 minutes or 30 seconds, like, this is what it is. He's actually like, here's the feature, and here is why we chose to do this feature. It was really interesting to hear your decision on why to go anonymous. And I was like, oh, yeah, it totally makes sense. Not for the reasons that you think it's going to be anonymous trolls. It's actually just makes it sense to feel safe and create
Mhm.
that fosters that community, that space. Let's talk about how to get Pagebound. So we got the app and we got the web design tells you addresses and specifics so readers can pick it up right away.
Sure. So you can find us on the web at pagebound.co. And then on the app stores, if you search Pagebound, we should come right up. But if we don't, try Pagebound Social Book Tracker and we'll come right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the app is available in 70 countries, but not everywhere.
Yeah.
It's challenging to be available everywhere, and we're doing our best. We hope to be in more countries next year too.
That
But
is
website is available everywhere. So we
yes.
definitely welcome users from all over the world.
Yes. Any final thoughts for listeners who are ready to give it a try? Like any ideas? You should start this, or this is where you get started.
I feel like the new year, the holiday season is a great time to try a new reading app.
Yes.
I think a lot of people want to stick with one thing throughout the year. And I think if you were to even just go to the App Store and check out Pagebound, it should be pretty obvious from just looking at that listing, even before you've committed to downloading the app, what kind of vibe we're bringing. And it's pretty different from all of the other kind of mostly beige colored book apps out there. So I think you will know right away if it feels like
Yeah.
a right fit for you. And if it is, then yeah, we would love for you to come check us out. We think of ourselves as the place to have more in-depth discussions about books. So we
Mhm.
are less focused on like shelfies or photos of your book with your coffee. I think there's so many other sites already and social media apps where you can do that. So if you're looking for more like long form text based, old internet style conversations, if you
Yes.
like miss what the internet was like you said at the beginning, like 12 years ago,
Yeah.
then, Patreon might be the right fit for you. And we would love to have you join.
Yes, I think it's old school millennial Tumblr,
Hmm.
where you just like you go down, you just have stream of consciousness, have a conversation, have thoughts, or just the space. And I think this might be like the right app. So, listeners, if you're looking for a new reading tracker, this is a great way to go. You have an opportunity to get a fresh start, to find new reading trends so you don't get burned by other bad recommendations, because I know we all have been burned. So have an opportunity to give this a try. So thank you, Lucy, and thank you, Jennifer, for being on the show and talk about Pagebound. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This was so fun.
Thanks for listening to the What to Read Next. For more book lists, cozy reads, and library tips, visit the whattoreadnextblog.com. Your next great read might be waiting there.